Islamophobia.
Yes.
So Muslims in Ontario represent over 800,000 people, which is a huge population. I'm sure you're aware it's a very young population. You had mentioned earlier it's a very educated population, very dynamic demographic that we're talking about here. At the same time, it's also a group that has been targeted recently. So StatsCan recently came out and said that hate crimes against Muslims specifically has gone up 3 times. It's tripled. And so what happened on January 29th, 2017 in Quebec was an absolute tragedy for our community. So if you were elected premier, what practical steps would you take to make sure that a tragedy like that never happens in Ontario?
Well, first, we live in the most multicultural country, province, city in the world. I'll tell you a quick story, and I know a couple of my friends in the room have heard this story, but I'm going to repeat it anyways.
Of course. I haven't heard it.
Okay. So back in 1982,
yeah.
The Muslim population wasn't large. It was there, but it wasn't as large as it has been over the number of years.
For sure, yeah.
My dad went over to Morocco, met a gentleman over there. We get a letter. My dad comes back, he gets a letter and says, my son wants to come and study computers. Now, they were just coming into play. He wants to go to DeVry Institute of Technology. So when I was celebrating Ramadan, I went to the event a few days back, and I said, I've been celebrating Ramadan since 1982, our family.
Wow.
And everyone was like, wow. So this gentleman that sent his son over to study, his son was only supposed to stay there for 5 days at our house, and then he'd find housing. Well, the Fords always have an open door policy with everyone, and 10 years later, he was still in the Ford household. I moved out, got married, moved out. But when you share a bedroom, when you share your clothes, when you share your food, when you share your culture and your religion with someone, you respect that religion. And that's our family policy. And keep in mind, back in 1982, when he came over and said, we're celebrating Ramadan, and he sat down and explained it to us, and a lot of people need to be educated, because people are some people, and I think it's a very small percentage, some people are racist because they don't understand someone's race or religion. Because once they sit down and understand it, they'll be a lot more open to it. And I think we have to communicate